Robert's diary.
May 2nd. Tomorrow I will visit Dr. Herman in the morgue. If he understands what I wrote to him in my letters, it shouldn't be too hard to convince him.
I think he's my man. May 3. The visit to Herman fulfilled my expectations. Our secret agreement will make further progress in my research much easier. It did not take much effort to convince him to cooperate, just as I expected. Herman understands that science and research of novel concepts sometimes demands sacrifices. He agreed to take care of the first delivery tomorrow already, which suits my plans perfectly. If it were not for him, I do not know how it would be possible for me to keep on disposing of those damn bodies. A few corpses disappear without a trace certainly will not be a problem for him as a pathologist. Last, I can resume work on the tests. May 8th. Previous tests were no use, and several months of work turned out completely futile. God's sake, where could I have made a mistake? Where? Calculated all the components almost 1,000 times, and just haven't a clue as to what could be wrong. It's starting to make me tired. It's taking much too long, and with every new day, I'm afraid that someone will find out. It is with great luck that I convinced Herman to cooperate at the right moment. Either I improve the composition of the substance, or raise doses as they are. Otherwise, I cannot proceed further. Yes, that's it. The composition is correct. I merely require to raise the dosage. Yes! Should have started sooner with them. Oh, I will raise the concentration by 100%. May 9. Administered the higher concentrate to 2 subjects. I have to wait several days before I can make accurate measurements. At least I can now take a rest from all the figures and calculations. May 12. I thought I would not have to take any notes for the next few days, but I had a word with James today. He was acting differently than usual, and spoke about things that must never come to light. He knows too much about the methods of my research and can expose me. And worse, they would believe him. Do not know what to do now. Locked in that cell of his, he's trying to corner me. How ironic. Never before have I considered direct violence. But he is a threat to all my efforts and everything that I have achieved. May 13. Things are apparently worse than I thought. The head nurse spoke to James, and she herself suggested to me that we should release him for some time. It was quite an effort to convince her that James must stay where he is because of his condition. I have no clue what he told her to make her believe him, but I'm afraid he may tell her everything next time. Must not happen. He is not the fool I thought he was. I have to get rid of him somehow. May 15. Everything I once held firm in my hands is beginning to crumble and fall like a house of cards. Higher doses have had no effect. I verified all the measurements twice. Do not know how to continue. The whole affair with James refuses resolution. He must never be allowed to return to Black Mirror. Do what has to be done. There is only one possibility left. Only one solution. I will dispense with the calculations and raise the ratio of the effective substance by another 100%. I know whose veins I will inject the serum into this time.
Herman helped Robert hide the results of his experiments. The bodies of the patients would end up in his morgue, and no one was to find out. It must be very old. Old runes and Latin words are carved around the area.
Dear Samuel, it was not easy for me to find fitting words for these first lines that I hope you are reading.
As well as it was not easy to find out where you were living. I hope that my letter will reach your hands as soon as possible, as there is not much time left. Since your departure, I have contributed all my efforts and endless hours of sleepless nights looking for the truth about our family. I feel that I am already very close to beholding its full face, and I am concerned that I might not have the strength to look at it alone. Therefore I am turning to you, Samuel, for I know that you will hear out my plea. In this envelope, you will find the ancient ring of our heritage. It is very important that you always have it with you. Take extraordinary care of it. I will explain everything when you arrive. Please return to our manor and help me. I know my time is closing in. I can feel it. I am afraid.
William knew something, but now there's no way to find out what. Maybe I could have helped him if I had received the letter on time. I hope you're frying in hell. Can you hear me, Robert?
I, William Gordon, have decided to bequeath my possessions as follows. To my dear Victoria, I give and will all my personal possessions, the family jewels and valuables, as they righteously belong to her, to her heirs and assigns forever. To my grandson, Samuel Gordon, I hereby transfer the ownership of the Black Mirror Castle, with all the neighboring lands. To him I also devise the administration of our family residence. Let him take care of it properly, as I no longer can, to his heir and assigns forever. To my beloved son James, I give the full right to live in his native residence for however long he should desire, until the end of his days. By this I hope to at least partially atone for your having to live in complete loneliness, my dear James. And lastly, to my firstborn son Robert. After long pondering, I have decided to deny the right to the property of our family. However, I do retain his right to his property and things that he has been making use of in our family residence. I know that you are well aware of the reason of my decision, Robert. In my eyes, you are no longer worthy of the name Gordon. These decisions I make of my own free will, and in the best of conscience. William Gordon.
William's last will was apparently meant to stay hidden from everyone. Robert, I see now I didn't know you at all, you bloody beast. More tubes with that smelly solution. I have no clue what's in them. A chemical of some sort, that's for sure. There are dates on the labels, month after month. It's a 3.5 millimeter.
May I speak with you for a while, Victoria?
Of course, Samuel.
Victoria, I was in Robert's study and I saw a picture of a man that I had never seen before. Is it someone from our family?
A picture? You shouldn't have entered that room, Samuel. Robert does not like anyone to go in there, not even me.
I merely tried to find something that would help us figure out where Robert could be. His things are all in order.
Oh, good. He would be angry if he found out that you had been in his study. That picture is a portrait of our ancestor, Lothar Gordon. It was he who founded the sanatorium where Robert works.
And when was that?
Some 200 years ago. I'm not exactly certain.
Ashbury has been a hospital of some kind for quite some time. Tell me more about Lothar Gordon.
He was chief doctor in a hospital for the mentally disordered for many years. In those days, however, they did not speak about therapy or medication. He would probably have carried on with his work if he had not fallen ill.
What was his ailment?
Over time, that place completely absorbed him. All those mad minds that he was spending days and nights with. In the end, he broke down, and his mind succumbed to insanity too. He died as one of those he was helping. A truly sad end.
When Lothar died, where did they bury him?
I see you are testing my memory. As far as I know, his body remained there as he wished. They buried him in a modest grave behind the sanatorium. Later, that place turned into a graveyard. Many who died within the walls of the sanatorium found their rest there.
What was in the Ashbury building before it became a sanatorium?
I have no idea. I was never interested in that place. Why are you asking about such a thing, Samuel?
I just wanted to know. It's not important.
I think on one occasion, Robert mentioned there used to be a hospital for cholera patients there. That building has a terrible past indeed. Would you please excuse me now, Samuel?
It's Samuel Gordon. Please, open the gate.
There are no names on these, just illegible remains of memorial epitaphs. An unmarked grave. An unmarked grave. The Gordon coat of arms. That's likely the grave I'm looking for. I need to remove the shrub first. Tadeu's Law, our dear father, deceased in the year 1752, left his loving wife and children. Damien Gale, our dear and beloved son, left us forever in 1814. Gabriel Swen, deceased in the year 1805. Here rests Sir Nathan Forth, who left this world in the year of the Lord, 1638. Let him find his peace in the new world. Gardening scissors. I hadn't noticed it before. Damn, it's broken. They're useless like this.